Hello everybody and welcome to my science YouTube video. Here I am going to be giving any sort of science instruction that you need for today's work, as well as kind of walking you through what we have learned in the past. So some of this will be a review and some of this will be new information. I hope everybody is doing well. I miss you all so much. So today we will be reviewing states of matter. This is something that we learned in the fall. The most important thing about matter is that it takes up space. This stapler is matter, this marker is matter, and you and me are matter because we both take up space. So now that we know that matter is anything that takes up space, we need to remember that there are three types of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Today we are going to review those three types of matter, and then I'll give you the opportunity to find examples of those three states of matter in your home. The first state of matter that we're going to be reviewing is a solid. For my solid example, I'm going to be using this bag of chips. And I'm going to take a chip out, and solids are anything that keep their shape. So as you can see, the shape of the chip is square. I'm going to drop this chip into the cup, and you'll see that it keeps its shape. Even though it's in a cup in a different container, it still has kept its shape. Another quality of solids is that they keep their volume. They keep the same amount of space that they take up. So as you can see, I'm going to drop it in the cup, and the chip still takes up the same amount of space even though it's in a different container. So to review, the two qualities of solids are that they keep their shape, they do not change shape when put in a different container, and they keep their volume. The next thing that we're going to review are the qualities of a liquid. I have this water here for our liquid example, and I'll show it to you all. It's about 350 milliliters of water. Liquids keep their volume. So even though I'm going to pour this in a different container, the liquid is still going to keep its volume. There is still 350 milliliters of water in this container, even though it's a different container. Liquids keep their volume. To prove that, I'm going to pour it back into the measuring cup. As you can see, it's still 350 milliliters of water. Liquids also take on the shape of their container. To describe this container, I would say that it is wide and it's fairly big. This container is a lot smaller and it isn't as wide. So I'm going to pour the water into this new container, and as you can see, the water or the liquid takes on a completely new shape. It's no longer wide and big as this container. It's now taken on the shape of a different container. So to review for liquids, they keep their volume, but they take the shape of the container that they are in. Lastly, we're going to review gas. Gas is all around us in the form of air. For my example, I took the smoothie container, the blender that I use, and we're going to be talking about the gas that's trapped inside this cup. This gas takes on the volume of its container, it takes on the entire size of the container, and it takes on the shape of its container. So gas takes on the volume of its container, and gas takes on the shape of its container. To help you understand this at a particle level, I'm going to draw it out. Particles are the smallest form of matter. First, I'm going to draw a solid. Here's the container, and inside, I'm going to show very tightly packed particles of a solid. It's kept its shape and it's kept its volume, and the particles are really, really, really tightly packed in there. There's my solid. Now I'm going to draw my liquid. Liquids take on the shape of its container, so I'm going to draw liquid particles taking on the entire shape of this container. And then they also keep their volume. So liquid particles are a little bit more loosely packed. Lastly, I'm going to draw a container, and inside this container, I'm going to draw gas particles. Gas particles take on the shape of its container, and they take on the volume of the container. So I'm going to draw gas particles all throughout this container, very loosely packed. So we have our solid, our liquid, and our gas. Those are the three states of matter that we're covering today. And as I told you in the beginning of this video, you all have a challenge. I challenge you to go about your home and try to find one example of a liquid, one example of a solid, and one example of a gas. So altogether you should have 3 examples. Also be sure to take the quiz under instructions, and in that quiz you'll have a chance to record what you found in your home. Again, thank you so much for listening today. I look forward to seeing you all soon, and I miss you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.